Hey everybody, welcome back to Henry Disc Golf. Today we are out at Aviar Park with a quick Warden review. I'm going to go ahead and be throwing a Fusion Warden and a Lucid Ice Warden, and then of course I'll be putting with my Classic Burst Warden. Let's have some fun today. Here we are on hole number one. Hole number one is a 190-foot par 3. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Fusion Warden. I think I'm going to alternate the Wardens on each hole on which one I throw first. Backhand Annie down past the basket by a little bit. Alright guys, so I went past the basket by a bit here. Got a little bit of a wide straddle with a low ceiling with the branches in front of me. See if we can try to ring this up for a 2. Get him. Alright guys, here we are on hole number 2. Hole number 2 is a 305-foot par 3. Going to go with the Lucid Ice Warden here. Let's try to see if we can put it most of the way down the fairway. Ooh, turned it over. Most of the way down the fairway. Alright, so I did leave a little bit of meat on the bone here. I'm going to go ahead and use the Lucid Ice Warden here as an upshot. Sit. A little bit past the basket. Not bad. So just do that one a little bit past the basket. Left here with what should be a pretty routine par. There it is. So here we are on hole 3. Hole 3 is a 250-foot par 3, going with the Fusion Warden. Just trying to put it out there nice and smooth. A little bit of hyzer. Nice and smooth, a little bit of hyzer. Got past the tree. Up there for a putt. So we made it just short of pin high. About what? 18 feet to the left of the basket. Not a bad throw. Woo! That was outside the whole way, but happened to catch enough to go in. Alright guys, here we are on hole number 4. Hole number 4, we're going to go with a Lucid Ice Warden. We're going to go on the turnover shot. It is a 262-foot par 3. A little short. Turned it over just a little bit too hard. So here's where the drive wound up. Left here with probably close to a 50-footer. Short of the basket. See if we can give this a little bit of a run. A little short. Put it in a spot. Should be a relatively routine par. Alright guys, here we are on hole number 5. Hole number 5 is a 400-foot par 3. Basically, there's a white basket that's short, and then that main basket that's a little bit longer. Going with the Fusion Warden here. Basically trying to throw to the short basket and then have an approach to the long basket. See how we throw this. Nice and smooth. A little bit of hyzer. Oh, I'm pulling it too hard. Alright, so here is where my Warden wound up. Still definitely short of the white basket, but we're going to go ahead and throw an upshot. Just make sure that we throw it nice and smooth. I kind of overpowered that last one to get it to turn over a little bit too much. Nice, smooth turnover shot. Alright, so here are the results of my second throw. The sun is in the eyes. Just trying to still putt out and get a par. There it is. Alright, so we're on hole number 6. Hole number 6 is a 246-foot par 3. Pretty straightforward, going with the green lucid ice one here. Just trying to throw it smooth on a little bit of hyzer angle, have it hyzering towards the basket. Oh, that was early out of the hand. Skipping up there. So the drive wound up a little bit to the left of the basket, probably right at about 20-22 feet. Just a touch short as well. Will we have a look for a birdie? Nope, too high. Alright guys, here we are on hole number 7. Hole number 7 is a 232-foot par 3. Do have the Mando on the tree just by the tee pad here. We're going to go ahead and try to throw on some hyzer, let it go in, and then hyzer in towards the basket. Just missed the Mando. Oh, I wound up pulling my arm down. Alright, so not a terrible throw there. Did wind up coming up a bit short. Probably left here with about a 22-25 footer. See if we can try to cash this in for a birdie. Yes, we can. Alright guys, I know before the main layout was in the short basket straight ahead, but they did change it up on us. It's actually in the long basket to the left, going with the Lucid Ice Warden. It is a 262-foot par 3. Now it's a nice little hyzer shot. We're going to try to see if we can put this on hyzer and have it just hold the whole way through. Oh, early. Into the tree. We'll see what it looks like. Alright guys, I'm right here. You may not be able to see the basket, but it is straight ahead. Kind of through a gap there. I'm going to go ahead and go with the pick up the Lucid Warden. Throw it on a shot here. We're going to put it on a little Annie, actually outside of the tree over here. Try to see if we can get this down by the basket. Not good. Alright, so bad shot after bad shot here. We're going to go ahead and pick it back up again. Try another Annie shot. It is straight down through here somewhere. A little flexed over, but not bad. Alright, so after 3 throws, I'm over here. Go like this. I did wind up not quite pin high yet, but not great. Probably the worst I've ever played this hole. I don't know about that, but it's been a long time since I played it. Gotten a 4. See if we can try to putt this in. Ooh. Alright, here is our look for 5. Woo, I almost put that too high. Taking us to down 1 so far. We were down 3. Alright guys, welcome to hole 9. Hole 9 is a 218-foot par 3. It's a little Annie shot down through here. Got the Fusion Warden that we're going with. Just going to put it on some Annie, have it just glide over to the basket. Oh, hit a tree. Alright, so it winds up a little bit short here. Winds up hitting the tree, cut it a little too inside. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Fusion one again. Try to put it up by the basket. Ooh, a little bit too much hit there. And skipped off to the left quite a bit. Alright, so did wind up just hyzering out a little bit too much for that throw. I'm going to go ahead and straddle, give myself the most open look I can here. Probably left with about 20 feet. Put this in for another par. Nope, too high. Nice little 12-footer here. There it is. Welcome to hole 10. We have a 232-foot par 3 After taking 3 birdies and 3 bogeys, we are now even through 9 holes. Gonna go with the Lucid Ice Warden. Just try to put this out on a little bit of ante, just have it flex over to the right because that is where the basket is. Not enough height on it, but that should be middle fairway. So we did wind up in the middle of the fairway. Left here with roughly about a 40-45 footer. Oh, a little outside. All right, so another routine par. Moving on to hole 11. Okay, so we made it to hole 11. Hole 11 is a 303-foot par 3. Going with the Fusion Warden here. Trying to put this on a little bit of ante. Try to see if we can just flex it around the left side of the tree in the middle. Oh, it got too high. That was a great height, though. Just dropped down. That's going to be a fun par to pick up. All right, guys, so I am in the junk to the left side of the fairway. The basket's basically straight that way. I'm looking at a shot here. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Lucid Ice Warden here on some hyzer. Let's try to see if we can punch it around the big tree and get it by the basket. Too tight into the tree, drop down. It's fairway. All right, so after the not so great drive and okay upshot, hit the tree there, winds up rolling back to here. Left with this for my par. I'm gonna throw the Fusion Warden around the trees, try to see if we can put this right by the basket or even in. A little too wide, got around it, past the basket. All right, so I wound up throwing my upshot a little bit too wide and past the basket by quite a bit. Looking at a bogey putt. See if we can put this in. Oh, way too high. All right, guys, so I'm putting this from out of frame. Should be a routine double bogey. Double bogey should never be routine, by the way. But a routine putt for double bogey. That's what I should have said. Now we're +2 for the round. All right, guys, welcome to hole number 12. Hole number 12 is a 213-foot par 3. Going with the Lucid Ice Warden here. Just going to put this on some hyzer. Try to sneak it through all the trees. See if we can get up by the basket. A little tight. Making it up there. Ooh, good little kick. Bounce it back towards the basket. All right. Selfie time for this putt. Right there. Got a 2. All right, guys, so here we are on hole 13. Hole 13 is a 262-foot par 3. Going to go ahead and throw the Fusion Warden here. Try to put this on a little bit of hyzer, see if it possibly pops up just a little bit, and then just hyzers off towards the end. That is right there. That is a look at a putt. All right, so as we're walking here, I want to say I really enjoy the Warden. It has been a good thrower for me so far. Putting with it, I can't say my putting's ever felt better, but it's definitely better than what it has been in the past. Overall, it's comfortable in the hand. I said once before about it is that it was kind of a mix between like an Aviar and what I would say a Luna, kind of if they had a baby. A more rounded rim, slightly flat, not as fully rounded as a Luna, but has a similar profile to an Aviar. Slightly thinner in the hand, kind of like a Luna, than an Aviar. Definitely have been enjoying it. All right, so here we are. There's where my drive went up, just a little short of the pin. Pretty good looking drive. Sorry guys, it is getting dark. Depth perception is going a little bit Try to see if we can get this one in the basket. There it is. Another birdie. I think that gets us back to even, because we wound up going even, taking a double bogey, and that was birdie birdie. So yeah, back to even. Welcome to hole 14. Hole 14 is a 250-foot par 3. Basically, you kind of have this like little tiny hyzer gap, and then you have a gap that you can wind up flexing something down through there. I always thought that if you took an overstable disc, flexed it over, it would have the opportunity to come back. But I found more success with the small gap and throwing on a hyzer angle. So that's what I'm going to do today. Got the Lucid Ice Warden. Just going to try to go through the small gap on some hyzer, see if we can get it down by the basket. Oh, pulled it just a little bit and did shoot across the fairway to the junk on the left. All right, guys, so we want up here. All right, guys, welcome to hole 15. Hole 15 is a 278-foot par 3. Sorry, I did miss putting out on the last hole. We had some storage issues. I had to get squared away. I did wind up taking a 4, so unfortunately we were back to +1. Stayed on a good amount of hyzer. It's down there looking at a putt. All right, here we are on hole 16. Hole 16 is a 245-foot par 3. Hyzer. Get and bounce. Whew. Just sneaking and bounce. Roughly about 30 feet away. Off the top. Welcome to hole 17. It is a 252-foot par 3. Slightly uphill. Technically, you need to be on the other side of the rocks to be in bounds. Taking the Fusion Warden here. Putting on a little bit of hyzer. Seeing if we can get it down there. Give me a little hyzer. Come on. A little short of the basket still, but that was a good throw. Even. All right, so we made it to our final hole. Hole 18 is a 318-foot par 3. It is down the hill, pretty much straight ahead. Going with the Lucid Ice Warden here. Not too sure how much you guys can see with it being this dark. We're just going to try to throw a nice smooth hyzer shot here. Ooh, turned over a little bit. Just a little bit of fade. All right, and because it is the last hole, we're going to also throw the Fusion one. Pretty much identical type of shot. A little bit more fight back at the end. Lucid Ice Warden. So a little up shot up there. And we have the Fusion Warden. Ooh, pretty much about the same. Got some putts to finish out. Here is Lucid Ice. There it is. And Fusion. Couple pars to finish out. There it is. And the putter to putt with. All right, so walking off here, I believe I did shoot a even par for the round. Definitely a lot of fun. I will say this, the Warden is a lot like my Aviar that I throw. It's just a little bit more shallow, which I think is the reason why I liked it, because I always had my finger catch on my Aviars, especially while I was putting with them. Throwing wise, they throw a lot like my Aviar. Nice and straight, a little bit of dump towards the end. The flight numbers on this is a 240.5. I would say that the flight numbers are pretty true, at least for my arm speed. I actually get them to turn a little bit more. If it was my flight numbers, I think we would probably look more at something like a 2, 4, -1.5 for the throwing side. For putting wise, they're just dead straight. Really nice. Very much enjoyed it. You guys have a good night. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Peace.